Hello everybody, my name is Kate Olaf and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be going over a housing market prediction for the remaining year of 2024, along with forecasting 2025. Now, a lot of consumers and even real estate people, honestly, are really concerned with what's going to happen with real estate. There's a lot of uncertainty right now in the current economy. We got wars going on, we got an election year, we got a ton of inflation. And so what does this really have in store when it comes to real estate? Now, I'm gonna break down this video into two parts. One, I'm gonna go over an article written by Lawrence Yun, who's the chief economist of the National Association of Realtors. And then two, I'm gonna go over my personal data metric that I like to look at when it comes to forecasting any type of real estate market. So without further ado, let's go into the article by Lawrence Yun. Again, he's the chief economist of the National Association of Realtors. So essentially what that means is he's a data nerd. He spends his entire time and day looking at data and assessing what is going to happen in the real estate market. Okay, so he titled this article, "It's Impossible for Home Sales to Remain Low." Okay, now I'm just going to take out a couple pieces from this article to really hit home. One of the reasons that he is expecting home sales to increase and not remain low is simply based on the fact that we have a growing population here in the United States. One of the metrics he looks at is that there are currently 70 million more Americans in today's society than there were in 1995. So in just 30 years, we've had 70 million more Americans added to our ecosystem. Which would suggest that we have to have a housing increase because you've got to put those people somewhere, right? So pretty simple math there. Then he goes into the fact that although home sales are at a 30-year low, as buyers face higher borrowing costs and stubbornly low inventory, housing options on the market are beginning to increase. So one of the ways they're increasing and to get markets moving is the fact that NAR has been advocating for a variety of measures in Congress, such as giving mom and pop investors an incentive to sell to first-time home buyers and increasing the capital gains exemption on the sale of a primary residence. So you can see, at least in this article, that even politically, we are getting involved to try to get the market moving. And again, I'm going to get into this in the second part of the video, but we're not in a crazy low market right now either, which is the crazy part. We're still in a pretty relatively hot market, and I'll show you that in the second part, but you can just see, based on the fact that we have a growing population in the United States, even Congress and politics are getting involved in trying to incentivize new market inventory to provide more housing for people. One other thing that Yun mentions as he finishes out this article is that the Federal Reserve has delayed rate cuts that were expected to start this spring, and he anticipates as many as 6 to 8 rate cuts by the end of 2025, possibly beginning as soon as September of this year. He mentions that if the Fed were to normalize its policy, then maybe mortgage rates could move lower. So not only are we getting potentially more inventory, but we'll also get more buyers as rates come down. And again, I'm gonna go over this in the second part of the video. He ends it by saying over the next 10 years, 8 of those years will likely see increases in home sales. Okay, so one thing I want to kind of conclude this first part of the video is with home sales. Increasing home sales doesn't necessarily mean we see an increase in pricing or a decrease in rates. Okay, it's simply just the fact that there are more transactions being had. So there's a lot that goes into this, new building inventory, new construction, rental units becoming available. There's just so many that plays a part to this. But again, he is just saying that as far as a market's concerned, over the next 10 years, we'll probably see a lot more activity pick up, simply based on the fact that we have a growing population here in the United States. So I agree with him. I mean, at least where I live in our market, we're seeing a lot of increase just in population, people moving from out of country, out of other states here. And so I just think there's a lot of moving going around right now. And as we see more people just flood into the US, then we have to have housing. And so we got to put those people somewhere. So I think overall, long term, we're probably in a safe spot. All right, so that's going to conclude the first part of this video. Now I want to go over some market data with you guys, and specifically a metric that I personally look at both from a realtor standpoint and as well as a real estate investor standpoint. This metric helps me understand any market like that. Okay, it's very, very important. This metric is called the absorption rate, aka the month supply. And I could quickly look at this metric and tell you what type of a market we are in and how you're positioned, whether you're a real estate investor, maybe just a consumer looking to sell or buy. This is a very important metric to understand, okay? Again, it's the month supply or the absorption rate, same thing. And essentially what it is this. The formula is you take the active listings on the market at any given time, and then you divide it by the average days on market in that, in that market, obviously. So with the formula in mind, let's take a look at some of the market stats for my market, which is Pima County, Southern Arizona, okay? So specifically Tucson. And before I go over the numbers with you, I just want you to understand that we are actually calculating the velocity of the market. And so what that means is that I can tell you based on this metric whether or not we're in a buyer, seller, or kind of both buyer and seller market. Okay, and that's important to know because you need to understand how you're positioned regardless of what it is you're doing with your real estate portfolio. All right, so back to the metrics. For April 2024, okay, this year, April 2024, last month, we had 3,741 active listings on the market, okay? The average days on market was 50 days. Our absorption rate was 3.21 months. Great. What does that mean? So what that means is that it would take 3.2 months for all of the current 3,700 homes on the market to completely sell out if no other homes came on the market. Okay? So it would take 3 months, which is not a very long time, for all of our inventory to completely sell out. That's mind-boggling, all right? So that's a very hot market, right? So the way we like to explain it is between 0 months and 4 months is a really good seller's market, okay? Between 4 and 6 months is a good buyer and seller's market. Anything 6 months and above is a very good buyer's market, alrighty? And I will show you how, with proof, how that works, okay? So keep in mind, for the past numerous years now, we have not passed a 4-month supply. Like in the past 5 years, I think, we have not gone past a 4-month supply, which means we've been in a very solid seller's market for quite a bit of time now. Now I want to take you guys to the same market, Pima County, back in, you guessed it, 2008, April in 2008, alrighty? Let's look at the substantial difference. This is substantial difference, alrighty? April of 2008, we had a total of 10,053 homes for sale, active listings on the market. Remember, last month we were at 3,700. So this is more than double what we're at now. Days on market, we come in at 163.8 days on market was the average days on market back in 2008. Last month, we were at, we were at 50 days, okay? So triple, more than triple. And now let's look at the absorption rate. The absorption rate in April of 2008, Pima County, was 10.26 months. 10.26 months, which means at the time, it would have taken almost a whole year for the current inventory to completely sell out if no other listings went on the market. That right there was a crazy good buyer's market, okay? And to give you some perspective, my graph here goes back till May of 2007, but from May 2007, we were at a 7.5 month supply in Pima County. So if I was alive, well, I was alive, but if I was in real estate back then, I could have looked at I could have been in the market in 2006, 2007, and I could have seen that absorption rate climbing month after month after month, and I could have forecasted, guys, we're gonna be in a crash here if this doesn't slow down. Why? Because I understand absorption rate. I understand that 0 to 4 months, 4 to 6, and 6 and above. And so, guys, what I want you to take away from this video is whatever market you're in, go find a realtor. If you're a realtor yourself, go find someone in real estate and ask them, what's the absorption rate in our market? And then and there, I kid you not, between 0 and 4, you're in a seller's market. 4 to 6, you're in a good buyer and seller's market. 6 and above, you're in a great buyer's market. And if you start creeping past 6, 7, 8 months, you are going to be in a world of hurt for that real estate market for probably a while, because it's tracking our supply and demand. It's tracking our velocity. All right. So guys, I hope that makes sense. I hope that's very clear to you, because it's a very important metric, and it's so powerful. It's the only metric I honestly and truthfully really look at and care about, because I know exactly how that market is positioned and how I'm positioned. So again, guys, my name's Cade. Thank you guys for watching. If you thought this was valuable and you want to continue to follow my journey, feel free to consider subscribing to my channel, commenting down below what your thoughts are. Maybe figure out your absorption rate in your market, comment it down below. And guys, share this video if you think it's useful. Share it to someone you know who might be looking to buy or sell their home, and just make sure they understand how they're positioned in their market at that given time. Again, guys, my name is Cade. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.